Capricorn, your week commencing the 28th of April forecast is a case of more of the same, but with some changes. I told you last week about the new moon that was advancing towards us. The energy from that is pouring into the start of this week. But that very strong standoff between Mars and Pluto, which started to shape up on the 18th of April in this phase, it's not the first time, that really has peaked just at the end of last week. So as we come into this new week, those energies are still ongoing. The new moon's asking you to be much more in touch with your individual talents, needs and self-expression. The 8th house position of Mars is to do with deep desire. The 2nd house position of Pluto is to do with things to do with your self-worth, your finances, your core foundations of your life. Maybe the sun and the new moon are pushing you to be a bit more flamboyant, and you could let your natural pragmatism inhibit that a little bit. Then again, maybe in a romantic context, if the politics is that you feel a bit too penned in, you can't really breathe, someone's being a possessive, controlling even, or is it you who has particular ways that things need to be done? Everybody could be, a little bit sort of finding it hard to breathe. So the arrival back in Aries of on Wednesday of Venus can be something that just eases things, because Venus has been shadowed all through April by your ruler Saturn. But as far back as January the 19th, you may have started to have some very serious conversations, which may not have been particularly easy, perhaps with a sibling, a neighbour. Perhaps your ideas have been challenged by some people, perhaps the way you think, even express yourself. So Venus moving into your 4th house is about getting in touch with your environment, how it feels, trying to get some peacefulness. If you could get out at the heart of this week to somewhere that's very calm and tranquil, such as a lake, a river, the seaside, it would be extremely healing. If you could go to a spa, have a massage, anything which immerses you in rest and tranquility would be very helpful. By the end of this week, that potential for feeling a bit closed in and controlled is repeated with a quarter moon in Leo, but then Pluto goes retrograde. Your core values could go through quite a change over the next 5 months. Maybe your way of earning a living. Maybe it's to do with some beliefs that you've had that are to do with how you value yourself are going to go through a period of transformation. You may review your diet a lot over that period of time, particularly in terms of sugars or anything that gives us that rush, but then can make us feel a bit once we've had that piece of cake that I had yesterday afternoon, that, oh my word, it was so good, but then half an hour later, why did I have so much sugar? So that kind of stuff could, because Pluto can reveal things, there may be some extra understanding about your diet or your values or the foundations of your world that the Pluto retrograde will tease into the open over the next 5 months. But if you're someone who just really wants to have a good time and go for it and doesn't mind splashing out a bit of cash to pursue it, this is your week. Venus moving back to Aries could see you want to invest the money on some kind of home improvement, redecoration, some new objet d'art or some soft furnishings. Once your ruler moves into Aries on the 25th of May, you may even think of a structural change to where you live, or perhaps even moving altogether. But of course, more about that then. Please check out my new website at patrickarundell.com. There are loads of cosmic goodies there for you to enjoy. You can download your free natal birth chart, sign up for your free daily written horoscope, or your daily moon natal horoscope based on your unique birth data. Love horoscopes are back, and also there's my long-standing amazing three-card tarot. patrickarundell.com. Please see the link below for more.